So this week's assembly is about anti-bullying, as this week has been anti-bullying week. You may have seen people on TV and things like that wearing odd socks in order to promote the idea of anti-bullying and the message that they're sending. And the message for this year has been united against bullying. Those of you who've been taught by me for any amount of time will know that this is something that I do feel very strongly about, and I find it very difficult if I feel that someone is being targeted or isolated or picked on within a lesson, and I hope that everybody in school will take heed of this message and will start to stand up for people when they feel that they are being wronged. So we're going to look at some information and statistics about bullying. Some of it could be quite distressing. There will be numbers at the end that you can call if you need further help and advice, but you can also speak to any adult in school or at home and let them know how you're feeling. So surveys show that 46% of people say they have never been bullied, which means that a whopping 54% have been bullied at some point in their lives. So that's over half the population. Of those bullied, 37% go on to develop social anxiety, 36% develop depression, and 24% had suicidal thoughts. So that's a huge social mental health impact that bullying is having. So people who bully, they're trying to find a feeling of power, purpose and control over you. So I want to turn it on its head now and think more about the actual bully. Why would someone need to do that? So one of the main reasons that people bully others is because they themselves can't cope. So those who bully are far more likely to have experienced a stressful or traumatic situation in the last 5 years. So something going on in their life that they can't cope with. Parents splitting up, the death of a relative or someone close to them, or getting a new brother and sister, or feeling pushed out at home. People bully because they themselves have low self-esteem, so they think that if they pull someone else down, they'll feel better. But actually, you don't ever rise any higher. A massive proportion of people who bully have been bullied. So actually, those who experience bullying are twice as likely to go on to bully others. You'd think that they wouldn't want people to be treated the way they felt, but actually, sometimes they're using it as a defence mechanism, and they believe that by bullying others, they become immune, they become the bully, they're no longer going to be picked on by other people. And for every 10 people who are bullied, 3 of them will go on to self-harm. 1 will go on to have a failed suicide attempt. 1 will develop an eating disorder. And people who have been bullied on average achieve lower grades, and therefore the bullying is reducing their future career prospects. Those are really, really strong statistics there of the negative impact that bullying is having. So what to do if you're being bullied? There's loads of numbers here that you can contact for confidential advice, Childline, and there's a helpline and a website, and the number won't show up on your phone bill, so you can call them in complete confidence. Bully Busters, again, an anti-bullying helpline. Bullying UK, and they've got practical advice on how to deal with bullying. And Each and Stonewall are charities that were set up to support people who are suffering from homophobic or transphobic bullying. And then Babel is an online community for young carers, so those who are looking after someone at home and finding it difficult to cope and possibly being bullied because of the consequences of that. So I'm going to come back to these questions at the end, but the key questions I want you to think about is, after what I've told you about why people bully, should we actually feel sorry for those who bully others? Second one is, what can we as a school do to support those who are being bullied? So how can we make things easier for people who feel that they are being picked on? And then, how can we support those who are the bullies? So again, if we're acknowledging that there is something wrong in their lives, how can we help them and how can we stop this happening? I don't want to end on a negative, so I'm going to turn now to some of the people who have experienced bullying and have publicly discussed the fact that it had a huge impact on their childhood. So these are all people who have on record said that they suffered hugely from bullying at school. These are all people now who are hugely successful in their own fields and in their own rights. So Elon Musk is an entrepreneur who is one of the most successful entrepreneurs around. He has recently landed his second shuttle on the moon, and he has come out and said that at school he suffered terribly from bullying. Eminem, the rapper, actually his mom was at one point suing the state school that he went to for the way he was treated and the way people picked on him. Eva Mendes, Chris Rock, Rihanna, Kate Middleton and Lady Gaga, again, all successful and all also known for their looks and how intelligent, attractive and charismatic they are. And all of those people have gone on record to say when they were at school, they were picked on and it impacted them hugely. However, the message I want you to take away from this is that they have used that, they have become stronger and they are now huge successes and they all have confidence. Kate Middleton has set up charities to support people who feel they're being bullied. She's used her influence to pay back and help those who are struggling. So I don't want you to go away thinking that if you're having a tough time at the moment, that's your story and that's the way it's going to be, because you can make positive changes.